and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for the very latest Barca news. As we're going to be focusing today on Lamine Yamal, on Ronald Araujo there. We have injury updates, plenty of them. We also have more news on the magical Pedri and the big topic of Frenkie de Jong right now, with big reports coming out in the media, and I have a huge question to ask you guys about that today. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to wish a very happy Thanksgiving to all of those celebrating today in the USA, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So let's do this. But indeed, guys, today's video is coming to you actually courtesy of SofaScore today, where, by the way, you can find so much on the app like this. The very latest scorelines. You can see right here in the Champions League, we've got all the latest info. You can also get fantastic player rating. Just have a look at this one here. Kylian Mbappe last night. No goals, no assists, one shot on target. That was actually a penalty miss and lost the ball 15 times. I mean, these are absolutely fantastic insights. And you can also get the very latest tables, all the stats you need here, and you have to come down quite a long way to find a few teams here at the bottom. So all of that good stuff is available to find on SofaScore, guys, and if you could download through the link down below, that would be a massive help to the channel. It's free to download and only takes a few seconds there, so thank you indeed for that great support. But with all of that said and done, if we do indeed come on to talk about Lamine Yamal right here today, guys, because this week he was, of course, crowned the Golden Boy winner for 2024, and it's yet another achievement for him, isn't it? He's been so impressive in the footballing world here. He's just exploded onto the scene, and he has never, ever looked back. And, of course, you're looking here at the Golden Boy Awards. Barca are dominating that right now. We had Pedri back in 2022 as the winner. We had Gavi in 2023. Of course, Messi has previously won this award as well. And no club has won more of these awards than Barca. And next year, by the way, why not Pau Cubarsí? Let me just put that out there right now. And I'm sure if not for Yamal, he would have been right in the running right here for this one, because he added yet another Champions League Player of the Month award against Brest. Pedri in that game, of course, was obviously outstanding, but Pau, the way that he goes about his work, it's just effortless. You know, he makes it look easy. He is the very definition there of calmness. And when you're thinking about centre-backs there, the kind of players that you want in your back line, that is exactly what you need and what we need at Barca there, especially with the way that we play out of the back there. So just an absolutely outrageous talent is Pau Cubarsí, and could he be coming for the Golden Boy Award next? But speaking there about talent, I also must mention as well that Barca Femini's Vicky Lopez won the Golden Girl Award on the night too, making it a clean sweep for the club, which is absolutely fantastic there. Not only Barca, of course, doing very well this season, but Barca Femini, they continue to be absolutely dominant, which is great to see. But if we do move back to Lamine Yamal right now, because not only about the award that he won, but there's fantastic news on his fitness right now, because this morning he returned to full training with the team, and that is absolutely massive for this club there. He is fully expected to receive the medical green light ahead of facing Las Palmas on Saturday, and that is an almighty boost for us, because yeah, you know, we won against Brest, it was 3-0, it was a comfortable victory in the end, but it just still isn't quite the same, is it? You know, even when we're winning, even when we're scoring multiple goals, without Yamal, there's just something missing. It's just that extra spark that he gives us, that extra level that he can really help take us to when only he can. You know, that ability, it's unique. You know, it really is a joy to watch. So to have him back amongst the squad again, to have him training, to have him returning ahead of the weekend, that is huge for us. And Ferran Torres also is expected to receive the green light as well this weekend, so that'll be another attacking player there to add to Flick's options. In that forward line, Ferran returning to the group as well. And lots of people have been wondering about Araujo, you know, how is he doing? We've seen him training and being part of the group for some of the sessions during the week so far. You know, right now he's not in full training, he's not doing every single minute with the group, but he is starting to work his way back in as he gets closer and closer closer to his long-awaited return. And right now what we're hearing is that the club are hoping he could be back for the Borussia Dortmund game. That's in mid-December there. Not all that far away that Araujo could be back in the squad for that match, which, by the way, that game against Dortmund, that is going to be incredible there. What an occasion that is going to be. Two of the most informed teams in the Champions League so far this season. It's going to be third against fourth. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait to see how we perform in that game. But speaking indeed about the Champions League and our recent display against Brest, I mean, what can you say? What more can you say about Pedri? I am sure that Brest are still having nightmares about him. They are still chasing shadows, wondering how on earth they're going to stop this elusive midfielder. I mean, he was absolutely incredible. It's great to see as well the reaction, not only from Barca fans, but wider football fans as well, just appreciating here what we saw from Pedri and what he's able to bring to a game. You know, the talent that he has and the uniqueness about the style of play that he brings to midfield. Not many midfield players, not any midfield players, I would say, in the world, can play quite like he can, with that elegance, with that poise about his play. It is just a joy to watch, and that for me is what football is all about. But of course, throughout the week, we have also been hearing plenty as well about Pedri's future at the club, his contract situation. His current deal actually expires, one of many players, in 2026, and a meeting is believed to have taken place this week with Pedri's agent that went very, very well there on those contract talks, because even after the game against Brest there, after his performance, Pedri was asked about his renewal. Has it moved closer? Is it going to happen? And he was very clear, very, very open in saying, I've always said that Barca is the club where I want to stay forever. And I absolutely love that there. A player who clearly loves being here, a player who clearly wants to continue playing here and is playing so well and openly saying, this is where I want to be. That makes it very, very easy for the player and the club to agree. And the new contract apparently that's being discussed and may well be finalised soon, it will be until 2030. I mean, what a deal that is. What an incredible long-term contract there to get Pedri on. And for a player here who is one of the cornerstones of this Barca project, we want him to lead us forward. Because remember, he is still young as well. Only 22 years old. He's already playing at an extraordinary level. But just think what he can do. Just think here with all of this experience, and especially now we're pushing Pedri, we're making him do more, we're getting more and more out of his incredible ability, and the really exciting part, of course, is that the very best of him, it may yet be still to come. However, guys, yes, we have a player there in Pedri whose contract situation, very clear, very open, it is all looking good. However, though, when it comes to Frenkie de Jong, things are not like that at all. This is probably the complete opposite of that Pedri situation. And that is certainly why, of course, when Pedri came off against Brest, he was applauded. He received a standing ovation from the crowd inside the stadium. But when Frenkie de Jong came on in his place, there were whistles inside of the stadium. Plenty of Barca fans unhappy right now about the way his future is looking. And it was inevitable, really, this week that we'd hear a lot more about it in the media. Because even after the game, Hansi Flick admitted De Jong is working hard to get back to his best, but he is not at 100% right now. He said, we're all working on it, and he will, but I am happy that the other midfielders are playing well right now. So even Flick there admitting, right after Ronald Koeman has, and indeed Frenkie himself, to say he's not quite there right now. He is not quite right. He's not at 100%, and there needs to be work in order to sort of restore that level. Work needs to happen. But like I say, there have been plenty of reports in the media this week about Frenkie's long-term future at Barca, because the big headline, first of all, is that the Barca board apparently, currently, they are in favour of selling Frenkie de Jong in the summer transfer window. In the summer there of 2025, the Barca board right now, they want to sell de Jong. However, in amongst that headline, in amongst there that stance from Barca, there are lots of layers to that there. You've got to understand the full situation right now, because firstly, the previous contract offer that was made to Frenkie, that has now fully expired. The club there put a deadline on that offer where a decision had to be made, or at least discussed in some way, but they did not hear the club so much as a word from Frenkie de Jong's camp. We know that in the past their talking with Frenkie's agent has not been easy. Getting them even to the table has been a real task. And right now, they've heard nothing, the club. So that contract offer is no longer on the table. And from within the club, they are very scared. They are very worried right now, and they certainly fear something we've been talking about on the channel for months now, that there is a very real possibility that Frenkie could be planning to leave for free in 2026 there. So effectively, what he may be doing right now is allowing that contract, that huge deal, to just run down, to expire, whilst knowing that when it does expire, when he can leave for free, he will get a big signing bonus when he joins his next club. When he picks out his new club, they will pay him big money again. Now, obviously for Barca, that would be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare of epic proportions there, which is honestly why putting him on the market this summer, it's a very real possibility. It's the kind of natural stance to take. Okay, we don't want to lose you on a free, so we'll get rid of you now to get something for you. But the problem then, as we know, we've all seen it many times before, will Frenkie go? Will Frenkie accept to leave the club? If an offer comes in, if Barca want to shift him, they still need Frenkie's approval. Of course, he doesn't have to leave. He's got a contract here until 2026. If he wants to run it down, unfortunately, he can actually do that, which is why, and this is probably the most interesting report we've heard so far on the Frenkie situation, in my opinion, because Barca are so keen to get those wages off the wage bill. They do not want to continue paying that kind of salary until 2026. We know that it's really hurting us from an FFP point of view. It's really putting strain on our finances. They don't want to do that. They want to get rid of him now, and it is not ruled out at this stage, apparently. This is what we're hearing right now, that a mutual agreement could be made between the club and between the player for him to leave this coming summer. Now, what does that mean? What could a mutual agreement actually include there? Could it be Barca openly allowing Frenkie to leave for a massively reduced fee? In the past we've heard Barca demand 100 million euros for him. Could they massively slash that price in order to let him go? And maybe even then, Frenkie could still get a signing bonus from elsewhere if Barca reduced the asking price. But could it even also mean Barca are so fearful of him leaving for free in 2026 that they could say to Frenkie, you know what? Fine, go for free now. Could they actually say, okay, we are that desperate to remove your wages, we don't want you sitting around here running down that contract for one more year, let's just end it now. Let's mutually agree between the two of us here that we end this now. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy. Letting Frenkie de Jong leave for free, letting him leave for a massively reduced fee with one more year to go on his deal. But like I say, if Barca believe that he's actually going to run this down, if Barca believe here that he's eventually going to leave for free anyway, well, they don't want to pay those wages any longer. They do not want another year. We're talking huge money, million upon million. And that's my big question to you right now. What would you do in this situation? Because I've been talking about this for a long time. I believe here that Barca could they have gotten a grip on this before now? It's been sort of alluded to that Frenkie may have been planning this, that he may have had this in his mind. And I just think here, we're being backed into a corner. Barca here are losing power with every passing day, and they have to find a way to take control of this situation. They have to try and find a way here to resolve this. What would you do? What would your stance be? What would your approach be here on a massive deal that is Frenkie, a massive contract? How would you sort all of this out? Do let me know that in the comments down below here today, guys, and we're going to learn lots more about this in the weeks to come. Make no mistake about it. I will see you then, though, for all of the good stuff to come. Hopefully Barca really do kick on now and we see some great results and form. Thank you indeed to each and every one of you joining me here today. I will catch you soon tomorrow for the Las Palmas preview. But until next time, as always, Vesca, El Barça.